Welcome, Year Nines. Today's learning intention is to gain an understanding of persuasive devices, and your success criteria are: I can identify an author's contention, I can identify persuasive devices in a piece of writing, and I can draw conclusions on the effectiveness of a piece of persuasive writing and back my opinions up with evidence. So, just to this first one here, I can identify, so identify of course means find, an author's contention, and a contention is what you believe. If we right click contention here in Word, go to synonyms, we get argument, disagreement, dispute, disputation, debate, conflict, controversy, strife. So those words are close to contention. Contention is, it's what you believe, it's what you're arguing for. Success criteria 2, that you can identify persuasive devices in a piece of writing. So you've looked at a couple of articles last Friday, and you'll be looking at those articles again today. These are the articles to do with drinking recycled wastewater. So within both articles, you've got persuasive devices. We're going to try and spot as many of those today as we possibly can. And lastly, now this will overflow into our next lesson, you will draw conclusions on the effectiveness of a piece of persuasive writing and back your opinions up with evidence. That's a really fancy way of saying you're going to decide which article does a better job of, convincing you, which article is more persuasive, and you're going to explain to us why that is the case. So the articles are these ones. So I left these on for you to look at on Friday. So a lot of you will have already read these. Now, if you haven't read these, that's the first thing you need to do. So first you have an article written by Jared Lee, and Jared Lee has an opinion on recycled water. And the other article is written by Dr. Rena Martin, and Dr. Rena Martin also has an opinion on drinking recycled water. Now, those two articles are linked on the Edmodo page. I'll show you very quickly. So if you scroll down to last Friday, you'll find this Edmodo post here. So it says 4 hours ago now, but it'll say that it was on the 8th of the 5th when you look at this on Monday, which will be today. So if I click there, two more attachments, you've got 3 pages there. Have a look at all 3. 2 of them are the articles. So one's the article by the doctor, Dr. Rena, whatever her name was, and one's the article by the other person. So also attached to this post for today is this document here. So this is your contention and persuasive devices Word document. So you need to look at Article 1 by Jared Lee, Article 2 by Dr. Rena Martin, and you've got 2 things you have to do. First, you have to tell us what the author's contention is. So just write that in there. What is the author's contention? Write that in there. Then you need to find these persuasive devices as you read and copy in an example from the text over here as to when that persuasive device was used. Now, most of these persuasive devices you will have heard of, but if you haven't, you'll just have to decide what they mean. Now, you can, of course, Google those. You can send me a message if you're not sure, and I'll certainly help you out. But I'd like you, this is pretty straightforward language. I'm hoping that you can just work out the ones that you don't know. Cool. So I might do a quick one for you. So this is the article by Dr. Rena Martin. So I'll get that one open. Okay, so as a parent and nutritionist and a local council member, I am firmly against the introduction of recycled water into our household water supply, and you should be too. Okay, so I'm going to stop here because we've got this as a parent. Okay, so that straight away includes me. I'm a parent as well, so she's already included me, and she's also directly addressed me over here as well, and you should be too. She's really talking to me. And she's only written 2 lines of text here, so she's doing pretty well. So this is an example of inclusive language. So I'll go back to this one here, looking at the Dr. Rena Martin. So we've got her contention in there too. I'm not going to write her contention in because I think you guys can work that out. But if I go here, we've got inclusive language as one of the devices being used, and I need to put in some examples. So we've got as a parent, so I'll put as a parent there. Now, if you find multiple examples, the more you can put in, the better. Okay, I'm also going to put in, and you should be too. Beautiful. So on Dr. Rena Martin's article, you need to find inclusive language, a call to authority, emotive language, appeal to fear, casting doubt, rhetorical question, appeals to the hip pocket, use of statistics and figures, call to action, and offering an alternative course of action. Now, I created this handout as I read the article, so all these things should be in there at least once, and for some of them, many more times than once. Okay. And if you look at Jared Lee's article, you're looking for many of the same. We've got sparking curiosity, inclusive language, appeal to the common good, appealing to authority, use of statistics and figures. We've got an anecdote, appeal to the hip pocket nerve, and repetition. So I'll just make sure these ones are consistent. Appeal to hip pocket nerve. Cool. So that one will be saved in this post. The articles are saved below on the Edmodo page on this post here, which will be dated as of the 8th of the 5th. Now, this may well take you longer than a period's worth of work to complete, so we will continue with this next time we have English. So spend, you've watched this video for 10-ish minutes, and, you've probably got a good half an hour to 40 minutes to spend on this task today. If you don't get it done or you only get one article done, that's fine. Don't overdo it. Don't feel like you have to sit in front of your computer until it's all done today. This will be an overflow task which will flow on to tomorrow, and we'll draw on this task later in the week for a few other things we've got planned as well. All right. So I'm online. Message me if you need to, and good luck with the work.